What if you should see movies here? Now, since I'm doing my reviews for movies because of House of Gucci, here I got to my review. So here's my review for his 2013 film, The Counselor. Yeah, the Counselor is of course based on a novel by Cormac McCarthy, who's of course other film books got treasure films like No Country for Old Men or. So where did they go wrong with this? Let me just say, to me, The Counselor is the worst thing Ridley Scott has ever put out. I remember when the first show for this thing got released. I was actually excited for this because it had a great cast. It was led by Michael Fassbender. You had I mean, here's some of the some of the cast members that was put out with this film. You had the likes of Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, Javier Bardem, Brad Pitt, the late Bruno Gans. You had Natalie Dormer, you had Rosie Perez, Toby Kebbell, Edgar Ramirez. You had a great cast in this thing, and the trailer showcased the cast. I mean, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching." Went and saw it when it got released. I remember this thing got released on. I can't remember the actual day I saw it, but I remember it got released on October 25th, 2013. And this was one of the worst movies I saw that year. I believe when I did my top 10, I did not do a video because I did not do YouTube at that time. But when I remember doing like I wrote down my top 10 worst movies 2013. I believe I wrote on Facebook years ago. The Counselor was in my top 10 worst movies of that year. I mean, I was so disappointed with this film. I love the cast list. But this was just this was a weird film too. I mean, you literally have like Cameron Diaz pretty much like a villain, if you will. Here you got Mike Fassbender who plays like this Texas lawyer who appears to have he has this fiance named Laura Penelope Cruz. But his like financial needs force him to like become involved in this ill-advised drug deal, and his partners in this venture include like this middleman Westray, played by Brad Pitt, this nightclub owner Rainer, played by Harvey Dent, and McKenna, played by Cameron Diaz, and Rainer is like the sociopathic lover. And of course, McKenna is actually Rainer's, or I should say Harvey Dent's, lover here. And the counselor is like deals spies out of control, placing both him and Laura in like major danger here. And Cameron Diaz, I mean, it was weird seeing her as a villain of this, But the weirdest thing I've ever seen be put out in a feature film. If you ever want to see Cameron Diaz getting on with a car, this is it. I'm not going to go into any details, but yeah, she pretty much gets it on with a car. Yeah. That was I was like, what? That I believe that was actually nominated for an MTV Movie Award. I believe it got nominated for a WTF moment in a film and stuff. So yeah, there's that. But oh boy, this movie is just the acting is so bad. The script and dialogue is just so cringy. I mean, this movie is definitely this. Well, and another film I'm going to do a review for here in a bit. Were two of the films that really put out the worst of Ridley Scott. And yeah, sad to say, The Counselor is definitely one of them. And I cannot recommend this movie at all. Anywho, have you guys ever seen The Counselor? So, are we a fan of it? Are we not a fan of it? Maybe this thing does have fans. Who knows? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simu sign out.